Professor Eleazar Fig. I dare say he was a beloved professor to many of you, certainly a long-standing colleague to his peers. A famed adventurer and seeker of knowledge, he built a reputation charging into the unknown, brazenly disregarding both discretion and safety, providing perhaps a rather unfortunate lesson for us all. His devotion to adventure was rivaled only by his dedication to Hogwarts. And of course, to his wife, Middy, whom we lost much too soon as well. Yeah.
Professor Fig represented the best of all of us. He could be deviously clever, possessed a brilliantly inquisitive mind, and was the most loyal of friends. But perhaps it was his remarkable courage, for which we will all be forever indebted to him. If not for Professor Fig. Well, I can say with confidence that if not for him, many of us, let alone Hogwarts, would not be here today. Those that knew him best will agree that we must now honor him as only Hogwarts can, by wisely, resourcefully, justly, and bravely facing all that lies ahead.
To Professor Fig!
I got my water bottle. I'll raise it to you, Professor Fig, and I'll drink to it. It's just water, though. No butterbeer.
Can't believe we lost Fig. I didn't know him as well as you did, but I know he was a good man. Glad Weasley spoke for him. She honored him well. Fig will be well remembered. I wish the same could have been done for my uncle. I wonder if there's a chance Anne would meet me.
Sebastian, I can't imagine what you and Anne are going through. Perhaps you'll hear from her soon.
I hope so. I'll let you know.
Sebastian, there's something you should know. It's to do with Victor Rookwood.
I heard a rumor that he confronted you outside of Ollivander's. Sounds as if he faced quite a fight.
The rumors are true, and I did, but it's not that. Just before Rookwood attacked, he uttered something familiar. The same words Anne heard before she was cursed. Children should be seen and not heard.
Oh, right.
Wait. What are you saying?
It wasn't one of Ranrock's loyalists who cursed Anne. It was Rookwood. It was Rookwood all along.
This can't be. It was the Loyalists. It's always been them. The night Anne was cursed, all she saw were goblins.
Once Rookwood allied with Ranrock, Isadora's estate became of interest to them both. That's why Rookwood was there the night Anne was cursed. He was working with Ranrock. When he saw your sister, well, he didn't want anyone to know.
Yeah, and goblins
So he
can't
cursed
cast
her.
curses, right?
And she's never been the same.
Right, because they don't have wands.
So cruel. Rookwood deserved what he got. Thank you for telling me. It wasn't a goblin. I suppose I owe you an apology. All this time I thought goblins were the enemy. But it was never that simple. Ominous said he's spoken with Anne. I wonder if she'll see me. I'll find out and send word when I know more.
Oh shit, Sebastian actually best character. Yet we find out that his prejudice was misplaced. And he forgives himself and you. Beautiful. Oh, is it spring now? Spring has arrived. Oh god. Cape physics are as incredible as always. Congratulations! You have completed the story of Hogwarts Legacy and reached the end of your school year. With the OWL exams fast approaching, now is a good time to review your field guide progress. Explore the world, finish any remaining relationship storylines and side quests, and complete your field guide as you see fit. Oh, is there going to be any side quests coming up now? That was the main quest, wow. Let's just see if anything else pops up in the mail, and then I'll kind of give a short little thoughts on the game, because I think I don't really have anything else to do immediately.
What you told me in the Great Hall. I would like to speak with you. Meet me in the Undercroft as soon as you can.
Yeah, let's do that. Anything else? Nope. I'll check my mail though. No, nothing. Oh no, we do. Weasley's Watchful Eye. Transfiguration Classroom. The Shadow of Friendship and Poppy. Great Hall. Okay, we'll do Poppy first. And then we'll meet Sebastian, and then we'll do... yeah, then we'll do Weasley. Because she wants to meet as well. Prepare for your OWLs. Wait, actually, I have to do exams? What the heck? Lame. Great Hall. Gotta do my SATs. I think I had to do like final exam SATs like once because everybody was in high school. Everyone was like obligated to do it because I think it was some sort of like national competition. Like the government wanted to rank like IQs or whatever in our area. So we all had to do like these shitty final exams.
I was hoping to see.
And we were told explicitly before we took them that none of it counted towards our actual grade. So I never studied for any of it, and I'm pretty sure I failed all of them, but I didn't care because why would I care?
I see Doran finally convinced you to leave the Snidgets.
If anyone can keep them out of poacher hands, it's the centaurs. And I wanted to thank you. When the poachers ambushed us, it was nice not to face them alone.
I'm always happy to put poachers in their place. Except for you, of course.
You can always count on me for a fight when it comes to poachers.
That makes two of us. I am glad you came to Hogwarts. It's already been my best year. I wouldn't want a repeat of Horntail Hall, of course, but I did enjoy the Three Broomsticks. Had no idea how lovely it was there.
Had you never been to the Three Broomsticks?
I used to spend most of my time with Highwing, and well, I don't know how Serona feels about hippogriffs popping in for a butterbeer. Highwing's the only one I would have gone with. Or Gran, of course.
Oh yeah, Highwing, I forgot. He's good company.
Nothing wrong with that. Highwing's good company.
She is. Although I am beginning to see the appeal of human friends. It was nice to talk about my parents and Gran with someone. And share Highwing.
Have you heard from your parents?
I don't suppose you've heard anything from your parents, have you?
I haven't, but I'm perfectly fine with that.
And did you tell Gran about the Snidgets? Yeah, did you take a picture?
Does your Gran know that we found the Snidgets?
I couldn't hold it in any longer. I told her everything. She was livid that I'd been anywhere near the poachers. But she confessed that she was rather envious about the Snidgets.
Stay out of trouble.
It has all been a pleasure, Poppy. Do try and stay out of trouble.
Don't know that I can. We've taken on poachers twice now, successfully. I rather think you've helped me develop a taste for it. And with centaurs as allies, I might actually go looking for trouble. You and I should meet for a butterbeer soon. Perhaps Highwing can join us?
You were an unexpectedly involved NPC. Complete Poppy Sweeting's relationship line. Cool. Yeah, Poppy kind of just appeared in the third act of the game and then just had a complete story quest.
Revelio.
I didn't expect that, but looks like we took care of it all. Nice. And now Sebastian wants to speak. All the way downstairs. Why can't he just meet me here as well? Why does he have to still go to the Undercroft like a creepy crawler? Defense against the Dark Arts Tower? Yeah. Because it's just down the stairs and around the corner. Don't know why they didn't add a flue flame there. Sebastian's gonna be like, thanks man for being my friend all this time and not turning me in and allowing me to teach you all those curse spells. Without you, I wouldn't be the same. And I'll be like, no need, Sebastian. Because of you, I have all the curse spells in my arsenal. I can go around killing people now too. Wonder if Ominous is here. Nope, just him.
I'm glad you came.
Sebastian, I've received your owl. What's happened?
Ominous spoke with Anne about what happened with my Uncle Solomon. She believes I should pay for what I did, but she won't turn me in. She said the guilt I'll have to live with is punishment enough.
I'm so sorry. But I'm glad you know that you can at least try to move on now.
The thing is, I think I've lost my sister, my twin, forever.
Does she know the truth
She
though?
refuses to
That it was
even see
Victor?
me. I can't blame her.
Well, at least tell
I
her
couldn't
that.
really blame any of you if you gave up on me entirely. You all believed in me, and I let you all down.
That's right. I mean, who knows? Time will pass.
Anne may just need some time. Surely one day she'll be able to forgive you.
I hope you're right. I realize I can't undo what's been done, but I can try every day to make up for it. I owe you and Ominous everything for standing by me.
Well, it wasn't easy. But I believe in you, Sebastian. I've had a sense about you since that first day in Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Seems so long ago. Thank you. I have no idea what's to come, but I'm grateful for your friendship.
Me too.
I'm glad you came to Hogwarts.
Oh, that's sweet. Complete Sebastian Solo's relationship line. A sallow grave is his achievement. Sweet. Alright, cool. Well, what about you, Natsai? Do you not want to meet? What happened? Did your quest just end because I offed Victor? Maybe not, but maybe it just doesn't complete until later. Alright, let's go talk to Professor Weasley now. It's all the way over here. The West Tower. So the post game is what? Final exams, really? Can't just have like a grand feast or something, or have a one last battle arena where I kill off the remaining of Ranrock's loyalists. Is that a meat? It's not a meat, it's discounted meat. I think I might have teleported to the wrong place. Fuck. Yeah, I did. No. Why is it when I think I'm at the right place, I'm not?
Lovely stone.
Through here. Excuse the loading. Alright, cool. Oh, she's in the back.
Revelio.
Anything new in her office? No.
It warms my heart to see your interest in herbology, dare I say, blossom.
Very funny. Why am I here?
Professor Weasley? You wanted to see me?
I did. We haven't had a chance to speak since I know you were quite close with Professor Fig.
Hogwarts won't be the same without him.
No, it won't. But I can assure you that he would want us to press on, and that he would rest easy knowing that the future of the wizarding world is in hands like yours.
Thank you, Professor.
You've had quite a year, both inside and outside of Hogwarts. I've heard all sorts of rumors. You've ridden a graphorn, befriended a goblin, rescued hippogriffs, even somehow ingratiated yourself with the Headless Hunt.
How did you...
It's harder to keep secrets around here than one might suspect. I'm just glad you found such a good friend in Miss Sweeting. It's nice to see her engaging more with her classmates. There have evidently been Snidget sightings in the area lately. If the centaurs are to be believed, 2 Hogwarts students are behind
That's
it.
pretty cool. She mentions
I'm certain
that.
I don't know what...
No need to discuss it further. What I would like to discuss is your wizard's field guide. May I see it?
Of course.
Oh, is she gonna grade me on how well I explored the school grounds? I think I did pretty good, like 74, right? 74%? The look of disapproval. Why no
What do
A+?
you think, Professor?
I think you've been busy this year. It seems you've completed much of your field guide. Well done. But you've still a little left to do. Fortunately, you do have some time to prepare for your OWLs. I will confess, I had a sense about you from that first moment you came bursting in, late, to the sorting ceremony. I am pleased to see that my instincts were correct. To think you've only been with us a year and you'll already be taking your OWLs, well, it's nothing short of astonishing.
Thank you, Professor, for everything.
You are most welcome. I look forward to seeing what you do during the rest of your time with us.
Is that it? Weasley's watchful eye. Well, at least I didn't get a holy crap. Is that some transfiguration magic? She just walked through her table. Okay, what's the next quest? Seems I got another one. The House Cup. I should attend the end of the year feast in the Great Hall. Great Hall. Did I level up? Please tell me I at least gained 1 level for all. I didn't even level up once during that final act. God damn. It is getting way too hard to gain levels. Okay, so they want me to head to the Great Hall for one last feast. Let's go. This will be the first meal Arthas has had in this entire game. Just does not eat. So I suppose the only questline I didn't finish was Natsai, because maybe I fucked it up because I killed Victor before I could finish it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll have access to it later. Damn. Yeah, Mr. Rowan, a real one. He didn't rat him out after. Could have failed him right there. You know, in college, I actually saw, like, a student one time cheat. He got caught by the professor. Like, they had to escort him out with security because he wouldn't leave. It's crazy. I was like, imagine throwing away the entire semester, like 3 months of your life. It's because you cheated on the final exam. Oh, isn't that Natsai's father? And now it's not. Oh, I thought it was. Where's Cressida? Where's Lenora? Where's my best buddy? Where's Grace? All the people that don't like me. Oh god.
This year,
there she
we
is,
have
this
seen
Cressida,
our
to the left.
exemplify the bravery of Godric Gryffindor. Allow me to finish. The loyalty of Helga Hufflepuff. The wisdom of Rowena Ravenclaw. And the ambition of Salazar Slytherin.
Yeah, ominous.
And so, the winner of this year's
Well,
House
Sebastian
Cup
wasn't there.
Excuse me, Headmaster, if I may. One particular student's heroism during the attack on Hogwarts, not to mention the level to which they have excelled in their coursework, as a new student, no less.
Say my name.
Well, it would seem that it certainly merits I'd say 100 points to their house. Would you agree?
Yo, Cressida punching the air right now.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
Lenora is stomping the ground right now. There's no way. There's no way that's fucking Cressida. That's happy for me. 100% Cressida's faking it. She's a pretender. Yo, Cressida a fake one. And that's the credits. Okay, I guess we're officially done the main story now. Okay. Guess I'll start off with my quick thoughts because holy shit, I think even the credits are lagging a bit. Jesus. Okay. Gonna set my controller down real quick and take a swig of water. Okay, so let's talk story first. I actually think the story is quite weak. I don't think it's bad, but I think it's mediocre. I think it's the best way I can say it, really. I feel like the story didn't really involve too many characters, and even the characters that it did involve, it characterized them even less so. It's crazy that the character that got the most screen time, I would say, and development is Sebastian, you know? You would think they would develop characters that appear, you know, right from the get-go, like Professor Weasley, Professor Fig, the headmaster, even Professor Black, but everyone kind of just takes a sideline, and I think that at least what they were going for is freedom in exploration, and I believe that that's a positive and a negative when it came to the story. I think the story is fine as it is because it's not really, doesn't really give you a sense of urgency. I mean, I guess there is a sense of urgency technically, right? But the game doesn't really push you towards doing the main story to, for instance, unlock certain areas to explore, like pretty much from the get-go once you're done the sorting ceremony. Although I would recommend getting your broom first. You can pretty much go wherever you want to. You can go to the top side, the bottom side, and the difficulty, at least I was playing on the easiest difficulty, really made it believable, at least for me, that you could really go anywhere you wanted to and pretty much just do okay. So I think that's a very good positive in their approach to the story and the progression of the game. But I think the overall story is just weak because the characters aren't memorable, your classmates aren't memorable, the professors don't really appear or are story relevant really. They're only really relevant in teaching you the new spells, which occurs sequentially, naturally as you progress the story. So yeah, that's kind of like my initial and very frosting level superficial take on the story for now. I'll have to look more into it too. I also have to see if there's another ending, because there might be a bad ending if you choose to open the repository maybe, and maybe have different dialogue options with Mr. Fig. So I'm gonna have to check after we're done with this to see if there is that. Now as for the characters, I can't really speak to any of the characters because I mean, like, most of the characters are kind of one-offs, you know. You have a quest with Cressida, right, and you'll be an asshole to her and she'll remember it for the entire game, and then you'll get a quest with Imelda, right, who's a prick, and maybe if you're nice to her she treats you different, right? But the thing is, besides a handful of characters, which are 3 characters, Sebastian, Poppy, and Natsai, none of the rest of the cast is memorable. And honestly, I am a bit disappointed. I'm disappointed that you didn't really... I think what would have made for a better story is if you basically progress your relationship with all your different classmates. So like Cressida, Imelda, Amit, Sebastian, Ominous, Leander, Gareth, Arthur, like all these other students, like focus the side content around your other classmates, and then integrate those classmates slowly into the story. And depending on the classmates that you progress as you're doing the main story, they get involved and help you with the story. Like maybe they give you hints towards stuff, or they help you with the trials, like as much as they can, because you trust them. And I feel like that would have been a nice way of kind of characterizing other characters and basically making the story not so one-dimensional and reliant on you, because the adventure at least seemed very lonely, I guess. But I like that personally. In my opinion, you just go into a dungeon, you do everything yourself, and it's kind of like simple. But I definitely feel like there's a lot of RPG elements that could have been added if they decided to characterize more of the students, because at least I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but from what I've seen in the movies, usually it's your classmates that you kind of band together and overcome that difficulty. So it's just, I guess, a bit of a different approach that they took with this game, and where like you're the only one that can really do and see things, because you have the ancient magic power, and that kind of makes you uniquely qualified to basically save the world and solve all of the problems yourself. So there was that. As for the functions of the game, I think that's where this game excels at completely, and I believe that's also the design, the primary design priority that the devs chose to go with in this game, and I think they executed beautifully. I think the world is beautiful despite me playing this on a flippin' 1060. Like, if you think this game looks shit, trust me, it's because I made this game look shit, like graphically. I'm playing on the lowest graphics possible, and I'm honestly surprised that the game didn't crash on me, but at least in my perspective, because I have low standards, because I can't play graphically heavy games, especially not on the new Unreal Engine. It is a very beautiful game, and you can really tell, whether it's the environments, the changing of the seasons that affects the environments, as well as the enemy design and the way like the environment moves around you, like how the animals will kind of like soar through the sky, or they'll roll around like on the ground or something, how things move in the environment, like flying objects or autonomous objects at that too. Like everything is very animate in the world, and at least for me, it really sold that level of detail, which made me very excited, I would say, to just kind of walk around and just interact with the facilities. So A+ on that. Like Hogsmeade, Hogwarts, you could definitely tell the attention to detail and the level design. Very nice. We're not going to talk about the map though. God, the Hogwarts map, that's a big negative, but I'll save that for the look back. Combat, masterpiece. Oh my god. The thing about the combat is that it's actually very simple. I think if you're watching this, or like you watch anyone play this game, and they're just like spamming skills, and they're just like flipping opponents, they're like slamming them to the ground, they're like doing 360s, they're doing curse spells, they're fucking like freezing an opponent, then cutting them in half. Like, it looks complicated, but it's so simple to execute, and it feels so good. The sound effects is amazing, the animations are amazing, like the impact that you have when you hit an enemy with like a combo is just, it's so smooth. Like, it's such a satisfying type of feeling that you get as the player, and I feel like they definitely nailed it with the combinations that you can come up with, and pretty much leaving it up to you as the player to approach every combat situation differently, because combat honestly is quite easy, especially if you're playing on easy. You literally can't get hit unless you don't press the B button to dodge or the Y button to protego. Like, you just can't get hit, as you pretty much saw during the first 50 episodes of the playthrough. Also, I do want to apologize. Yes, I dragged this out. We had another Judgment playlist, that's right. Get angry. But don't worry, there should be at least, I think I'm rounding up 65, maybe 70 episodes of Hogwarts Legacy. So this will run for this month and the next month, which is, I'm speaking in the future here, so it'll be running for the month of June and July. But don't worry, I have other games planned for both June and July as well. So if you don't like Hogwarts Legacy, or you had enough of it, go watch Judgment then. Yeah, please don't, actually. My mic was so shit back then. There'll be other games that are running then. I'm not sure what they are, actually. I think one of them is an Atelier game, and I think the other one is a Trails game, which is a new series, in fact, that I'm starting. So yeah, I could be wrong though, but Anyways, you can just see the lineup if you want to see that. Anyways, back to the combat. I have to say, I think there were some missables though, because I did strategically choose options that definitely sounded like they would lock me out of some stuff, like the Crucio spell, for instance. It's like, what would happen if I say I don't want to learn Crucio, right? Would that actually fuck me? I kind of wonder about that. Or if I decided to turn, turn in Sebastian, right? It's like, would that like affect something? I kind of wonder about that, because Sebastian is the character that had a lot of critical decisions, so I kind of wonder if the game actually had some meaningful dialogue options, but I'll naturally be looking into that later, and I'll be able to make a more informed like description of how I want to approach that and how I think about that relative to the game. But other than that, really, the special assignments that the teachers give you, they are not hard, they're not annoying, they're not overwhelming at all, and if anything, I actually think they're very well done. I know, college student here who hates doing assignments actually likes doing assignments in video games, but the reason why I think the assignments are good in Hogwarts Legacy is because they expose you explicitly to performing a game function, such as using one of those plants in battle, or drinking a potion and seeing the effect for yourself. And at least in my perspective, that I think that was kind of an ingenious way of exposing a player to like, hey, you can do this, you can do this, and if you do this, then you get a free spell. And I think it's good for a lot of players, because I think we all know this. Most players don't read. We don't know how to read, and we don't like reading either. We kind of just want to get to the good parts of the game, or at least a lot of people do, because, you know, you don't have that much time, right? And so I think that the assignments are a good incentive for gaining those spells, because it's kind of a win-win. You do the assignments, you learn more about the game, you get the spell, you can then unlock more puzzle-solving abilities, like the Merlin trials or the caves, right? You're able to progress more, progress faster, and also have more tools in your arsenal when you approach combat. So there was that. Next, I want to quickly talk about the transportation system, or just the brooms and the beast. Basically, I didn't really do too much dabbling into the beast, but at least for the traveling, I did find it questionable as to why I guess just for lore reasons and accessibility to kind of have different like modes of transport. I don't think beast in any dimension are superior to the broom travel at all, mainly because I think the broom is just, it's simple, it's completely like, how do I say this? It's like y-axis, x-axis, you know, you can move in all directions, right? Whereas a beast, it's more difficult because one, it's bigger than a broom, so it's a bigger target, and two, the animation of it, you have to put it back in your box, and you have to have it like equipped or in your inventory, right? Whereas the broom is, you know, it's a intangible object. It exists permanently with you regardless. And the upgrades are relatively easy to get. I mean, I guess not really, it costs quite a bit, but by the time I reached I would say like the third trial, or even before the third trial, I already bought out everything in the stores. Like I had enough money to pretty much spend it on like a house or something, but it was just I had so much extra income that I feel like it didn't even matter anymore. I could buy out anything I wanted to, and I was just buying out all the ingredients. And so I feel that it's not really that big of a worry. I didn't grind either in my own time too. Like I didn't bother doing extra caves, extra Merlin trials, or extra bandit camps. So pretty much all the earnings that I got from just playing the game and recording was sufficient to afford everything that I needed. So I think that's also good game design too, because it kind of gives you an idea that players can experience everything that's meaningful in the game and not have to grind, and have a fulfilling experience in an open world game, which in fact does lead me to my final point that I want to talk about, and that is the world. It is an open world game, but it is not an overwhelming open world game, and I think that's pretty damn good actually. I played a lot of open world games, really big ones too. I played all the Assassin's Creed games. I'm playing like Valhalla right now in my own time. I've played The Witcher 3, I've played Skyrim, I played Skyrim like 6 times. I played Oblivion, the original one, not the remastered. And so, what else have I played? Shit. There's other ones that I played. Persona 5. No, Persona 5 is not open world. But, yeah, and those worlds are very intimidating, I would say. There's like lots to do. They're very detailed as well, but there's a certain degree of too much, really. And I think Hogwarts Legacy approached this in the best way possible, in which they kept it narratively focused, really. If you watch the movies, there are certain landmarks that you know. You know Hogwarts, you know Hogsmeade, you know the Forbidden Forest, you know like the areas around Hogwarts, like the farm areas and all that. So it's like, it's a familiar place for fans that basically have consumed third-party content, or not third-party content, but other content of that surrounds Hogwarts and Harry Potter. But you also have an open world game for people who play games, and they look at this world and like, okay, good. It's not like a huge fucking map that I have to explore, or that I'm obligated to explore in order to progress the story. No, this game just says, all right, this is the main quest. There are some side quests that appear every now and then, and if you do the side quests, the assignments, you get the spells. This is what the side content gives you, like the Merlin Trials. It's very explicit. It doesn't really give you anything, it just gives you XP, and once you get a certain amount, you get an increase in your inventory. That's it. That's pretty much like 85% of all the puzzles that I saw around town too. Everything else is like a simple cave or maybe a bandit camp, and honestly, besides the decorations and the traits that you get, you don't really need it. It's not like necessary. It's pretty much just for completionists like myself. So I think I like that approach a lot. They focused more on the world building rather than the world being big, and I think they nailed it with that approach. I really think it was a job well done in that case. But yeah, as I said, it was the last thing I was going to talk about, but then something else just popped into my mind, and that is the gearing system. I don't really know, because I played the game on easy, so I'm not really sure how important the offense and defense stat matters when it comes to the whole, like, not dying in one hit maybe, or just maybe like being in a bad situation. I don't know what it's like to play this game on a harder difficulty, so that is something that I can't speak of, and I won't speak of, in fact. But at least for me, I didn't really bother or have any troubles with gearing at all. I feel like it's pretty simple. This isn't like Neo, where it's like I need to like min-max every single trait or every single like familiarity in my weapon or gear. I can just be like, okay, good. I see the green number and the arrow go up, I equip. That's all. It also helps too that the game pretty much scales with you. Like, I think I was level 36 when I ended the game, and Ranrock was level 38. But I think the quest recommended level was like 22, which was kind of weird. So I think this game does have a degree of soft scaling, in which it recommends it will be at a certain level, but if you're higher than that recommended level, it will scale that quest, or the quest that you're doing, whatever that is, to your current level. I honestly never really liked that. I don't really like auto scaling in games, just because it's like, what the fuck, like you don't feel like you're getting more powerful. Like, I like feeling more powerful when I go back to like the starter zones and I'm just one-shotting stuff. But that is just something that exists in this game, and I guess for balance reasons it does make sense, because you would just be one-shotting people with like your basic cast, so there is that too. But yeah, other than that, I think the gearing was quite simple. I do wish there were more fashion options though. Like, there was a lot of the capes that just had the same design. Every hat was pretty much not really that inspiring for me. The glasses were more like meme worthy. Other than that, there weren't that many capes. I would have liked more capes. And I also wish I had a pet owl too. Like, there was no pet owl. Usually, like, the things that are most common is like you have the mounts, of course, the broom, and you have like an owl that delivers you messages, but there was no owl function. It was just kind of a glorified mail system that was really just voicemail. So yeah, there was that. there weren't really any mini games. Like there was the Summoner's Court, obviously, and the duels that you could have with your classmates. Honestly, I would have preferred if they expanded on that. Like instead of having arenas out in the world, just make cross wands like a sort of full-on system where you can spar with like any of your classmates, and then it gets increasingly difficult, and make that maybe even an endgame mode. I think there was potential there for that, but they never really expanded on that. So yeah, the world isn't really that big, the activities aren't that much, the characters weren't that memorable, and the world though is really what sold me. Would this inspire me to watch the Harry Potter movies again? Absolutely it would. But until that time, I don't think I even have time to watch that, because I've got so much anime to catch up on. Fuck, like the spring season's ending. I got like a backlog of so much to get through. But with that said, the credits was much longer than my speech, even though I had so much to say. So I just want to say thanks for sticking along with the Hogwarts Legacy playthrough, I guess. I knew I was going to make this series long, but I didn't think it would last 2 months long, so there is that to look forward to. But I will see you in the next series, or well, I'll see you with the look back tomorrow, assuming I don't procrastinate like I did with SMT3. Yeah, and I'll be back with most likely Atelier, or maybe even Blue Reflection. We'll see how good on time I am there. But I'm gonna head back down here, up here, and look for Mr. Moon's moons, because I'm not doing my next exploration session without finding all those damn moons.